Tyson Bryden.
Welcome to Nonstop Rock Talk. I'm your host, Tyson Bryden. On today's show, I am very happy to welcome, all the way from Sweden, Simon Forsell of the band Pressure. Welcome, Simon. How are you?
I'm totally fine. Or awesome, or whatever you say.
Awesome. Perfect. No, that's good.
Yeah.
You know what? Right off the bat, because when people won't see this because we're strictly on audio, but when you entered the Zoom call, I automatically you were sitting with a guitar, and I said, "Oh, what is that guitar?" So maybe you can explain. I guess you have an endorsement with a guitar company in Sweden.
Yeah, I have an endorsement with a Swedish guitar brand called Guitarist. You guys can check it out. It's at the web address guitarnet.se. Awesome guitars, small brand, but they manufacture the guitars with love and tender. Great things, and they actually have a very good custom shop, so you can get a custom guitar for not that much as Gibson or Fender custom shop would mean. So that is great, actually.
That's amazing. Now that guitar you've got with you there is kind of like a Les Paul type of body, and
it's a Les Paul type. I have a lot of different kind. I have a V4 from them. I have an Explorer, a couple of Strats. I have a Firebird. I have I have a lot of guitars.
I love it. How many guitars do you have in total?
27.
Nice. And I'm sure you're working on a 28th.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And I'm not one of those guys, that keeps them on lockdown.
Right.
I actually play them. They have different kind of configurations and different kind of mics and woods and setup, the tuning and all of that kind of things. I play a very diverse kind of music. So, it depends on what I do, but I try to let them all out.
Perfect. Now, getting to Pressure, which is your band and what we're talking about today. Possibly you can give me a little bit of a backstory on Pressure for my listeners who may not be familiar with the band. The details of when the band was formed, how it all came to be. And it's funny, on your website, it states the band as a story metal band. I like that.
Yes. Yeah. Pressure is actually, we can take the long story in a short version.
Right. Yeah. It
all started back in like 2008 or something. My current rhythm guitarist, he waltzed into one of my guitar classes. When I'm not out playing, I teach guitar.
Right.
So he waltzed in there, and I said, okay. We need to get this guy out rocking a bit. So he said that, but I've never played before any people. I'm actually more of a saxophone player. No, let's do this. So I once a year, I have my infamous barbecue parties when I invite everyone I know, who couldn't travel here. And I fill them up with booze, and I get small increment and things so I can force them to do things or something like that. So I get him there, and we talked about that. And again, and he said, "Well, I don't know." And long story short, I called him up for a couple of weeks after that, and one of my current cover bands. Then we have. Our bass player was unable to go to a show, and I said, "Well, you need to attend this show and play bass." Simon, I've never held a bass in my life. Oh, no problems. It's only 4 strings, easy songs. So he kind of moved into my place for a couple of a week or so, and we learned the songs, and we went there, and then the bass player came around, and he started as a rhythm guitarist. So he played with us for a long time. And me and him, we back in 2018, we had toured Sweden and all around there as a cover and party act, and we was so tired of this. Same songs over and over and over and over and over again. It was horrible. So I've started to rewrite everything. I did all the wimpy pop songs as metal songs. We changed the lyrics, translated the Swedish ones into English and English one into Swedish, and not just direct translate. We changed the meaning. If one of the songs was about love, it could be about cars instead. So we did all this, and back then in 2018 many of the others in the band, they have gotten tired of me doing this. So actually, I was singing back then in the band and playing guitar. I think the name of the band then was Crow Show, and I think the crow part was a reference to me, my voice or something. So we started to say, oh well, let's look for a real singer. And we auditioned quite a bit, and we found all of our current male lead vocals. And it was really fun because he told me afterwards that when he thought he was going to join like a cover band, and then we showed him the songs, and he thought, well, what is this? So he went home, and his wife asked him, like, okay, how did the audition went? I don't know. It could be the worst thing in my life or the best thing. I have to sleep on it. But well, he liked it, so he joined, and we started to. We abandoned the rewritten songs and wrote our own music instead, because we went into the thing that we have changed so much that so there was nothing left for us in that. Well, we could actually take away the final straws and do the things our own. We started to do that, and we wrote a lot of songs. We did a lot of things. We planned a lot of shows, and we were able to do like 2 shows, and then the pandemic struck. And everything closed down.
Yeah.
No. And we were so angry and so disappointed. And, well, nothing you can do. All the clubs closed.
Yeah.
So what did we do? Well, we decided, okay, then we'll make an album. So we started to write our first album and released our first album during the pandemic. It was called Path of a Shadow. It was actually there the concept of Pressure was born. As you mentioned, we are a story metal band. The story metal thing is that all our songs are based upon true stories that we have experienced ourselves. Mostly up until then, it was my stories. I am a bit of a strange dude. I never back down from anything, because how can you write about life if you haven't experienced it? So
true.
If you would say, if you challenge me to anything, I will probably do it.
Oh, I love it.
The worst thing is that between you and me, it has been put me in many strange situations. But well, it takes a good story to do a good
right.
song.
That's life.
So the thing with story metal is that opposite of many songwriting styles, we always start with the lyric. We never start with any music. We always start with the lyric.
Oh.
And then we choose the style of music that fits the story the best. So one song can be thrash metal, next song can be power, next one can be heavy, next one can be funk. It depends on what is the story and what will tell the story the best. So, and what mood do we want to set? So story metal for us is very diverse. We in some reviews we have got, but Pressure is they need their unified sound, and we say no, we don't. So that's why our songs differs a lot. And after this, the pandemic kept on, and we weren't sure what to do, but we had a really clear path in what we wanted to write about. So we had this story, these songs that we wanted to do. So we said, okay, well, let's do a second album then. So the second album, it was a concept album also about relations, called In a Dark Heart We Trust. And we needed 2 voices for that. So we went out, looked for a second lead singer. And with perhaps the world's longest audition, we got Olive Violet to join our ranks. We made her do our entire catalog, and also do the songs in Swedish, even though she doesn't speak Swedish. So she had to sing in a language that she can speak.
Wow. So that's a challenge.
Yeah, we challenged her hard, but she blew us away. She's a fantastic singer, and the combination of the harsher vocals with Olof and the melodic part with Olive gives us a very large toolbox to write things.
Yeah.
So it's quite cool. We our new songs that we have not released yet has gone all over the place, but we have also got some new even ethnic folk metal sounds coming into play. So
wow.
It will be really interesting to see what will happen here. So that's the long short story of Pressure.
No, that's great. Thank you. So 2 albums to date then, or is there more than 2 albums? Just 2?
We have 2 albums and a lot of singles out there. So yes, and 2 albums.
That's why I asked, because I knew there was albums, but it was actually, and this is horrible as the interviewer. I mean, I did my homework, but it was hard to, because I was sent songs and I said, okay, this is off this album, this is off of this album, and then there was various other songs I was sent. So I'm like, okay, there must be albums and then singles.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to send you. Are you one of those guys who still listen to CDs?
Yes, I am.
Then I have to send you a copy then of the album.
That would be fantastic. Yeah, I would. And I enjoyed the music too, by the way. You mentioning there's a lot of depth in the music, but the versatility as well. I noticed that right away. But it still everything sounds cohesive, but different. You know what I mean? And it doesn't, sometimes you can stray away from your total sound, but you guys don't really do that. It's versatile, but different, and nothing sounds the same, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Our producer sometimes hates us and sometimes like us. She's called we have given Izzy the advice to not mix for an unified sound, mix each song as its own. Right.
And if I go back to Path of a Shadow, the first album, it's the main story behind Path of a Shadow is it's actually imagine if the only being entity that you cannot escape from your entire life is your shadow. Your shadow is with you everywhere you go, even if you're hiding behind the couch or under your bed, or
it's always there.
It's always around. And the thing is, imagine one day your shadow comes to life. He sits you down and says, "Okay, let me tell you about your life." That's Path of a Shadow. He tells a life story, but from the eyes of your shadow. So that's the story behind Path of a Shadow. And each songs should be. We have on each album we have a very lengthy track. It's a story track. It's a spoken track. It's more of an auditable song, and that's the story of the album. On Path of a Shadow, it was first. In A Dark Heart, it was last. But the song is around 11 minutes long. So, but it's the story. It's what weaves the song titles together. The thing here is that when we do story metal, we have it's also very important for us to connect to each song, to know the true story behind it, but to write not so clear, because we want the listeners to make their own stories of the lyrics. One example, if I may, it's from Path of a Shadow. We have a song called "No One Can Hear You." "No One Can Hear You" is when you listen to it first, it's like it has lyrics like "Scream, shout, or cry now. No one can hear you tonight." Sounds very harsh. It could be abusive. It could be even sexual things like that. And it's really, it sounds like there is a rapist or something preparing to assault someone. But the thing is that this song is also about raw and true passion. It's not good, not bad. So what you lie in these words, it's up to you. And the true story behind it is actually very, very funny, because I know two guys. I know one of them, and they met through the internet. And these these guys, they were very intense in their texting. It was really sexual stuff here. And don't ask me why I know this, but I have seen a lot of things by that I probably shouldn't have. And suddenly one day, okay, we take the step and we will, let's see each other. All right. And they decided to do this. And the final message that was sent before they actually met was, "Okay, baby, you can scream, cry, or shout how much you want tonight. No one can hear you." And when I saw that, okay, this is a song. I need this.
Yeah.
And the fun thing is that these guys, they are actually together today. They hit it off really well, and they talk the same way. It's a really interesting couple to have on your party, because you never know what slips out. "Okay, baby, let's bend over the desk over there. Can you go out of the room?" What? "Yeah, I have whiskey over there. You can go there. I'll call you when it's safe to come back." "Okay, bye."
Yeah. Oh, wow. Wow. That's amazing. Now, being from Sweden, I mean, there's so much great music in Sweden, so many great hard rock bands in the last 30 plus years, many that I love. Were you influenced by Swedish bands, or as well, did you take from all over the world?
I try to listen to all kind of music and all over the world. I love Swedish music as well. As you say, there's been a lot of good exports, and there's a lot of good local bands here as well.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I love to explore new music. I'm not one of those who only listen to known bands. I love to see the local scene. The fun thing is that sometimes what a big band can bring to the stage in pyro and everything, a local act with just 50 attendees can bring in energy instead.
Yeah.
So the fun thing is that I really love, and when I go out, I always try to visit a couple of places when I go to new cities, new things, and to watch the local scene. And I love that. It's easy to get influenced, and I love to listen to different kind of music. I have a very strange playlist. It's everything from classical and jazz to a really hard black metal. So, well,
wow, yeah. That's a big spectrum.
Yep,
that's amazing. No, good for you. Good for you. Now, in terms of guitar players, when you were learning to play guitar, who influenced you?
Yeah, I started to play at a very early age. I'm coming from a musical home where my parents played a lot of instruments. I started to play the guitar when I was 6 years old.
Wow.
Then my influences were like my teachers and my dad,
right,
and those kind of things. But I got stuck much in blues rock from an early type of age. I love the tone, the master of tones. I love how easy and blues guitarists like B.B. King could, an easy little lick, and he just made it alive. If anyone else would play that, it would sound boring. But if he did it, I was so impressed with that.
He's such a special
and I like
player.
So I started to listen to the blues heroes and fell into like Clapton and stuff, and then went out onto Iommi and Vi and those guys, and from there it was a leap, and I found so many great. Oh, but this one implanted that one, and I must listen to him.
Yeah.
It was so fun. I love to get influenced and to try people's things. It's so fun to see. I remember I saw a show back on television when they were like, I don't remember now, but it was a couple of guitarist heroes who did like they played each other's stuff, and they did it note for note, so it should have been exactly the same, but it wasn't.
But it wasn't.
Really,
yeah.
Yeah. So now it was really, really nice to see this. Yeah.
I mean, it's interpretation, right?
Yeah, it is.
Your interpretation of how you feel that other than the other guy who did it. I mean, you mentioned, you go from one guitar player to the other because you mentioned Steve Vai, and Steve Vai was taught by Joe Satriani. So
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And then Vai was in Alcatraz, and then there's Yngwie Malmsteen, and you're kind of like, okay, well, I want to check that out because I totally understand what you're saying. There's so many guitar players that you take from and you listen to, and as a guitar player, right?
Yeah. The one thing that I want to say though is that I think that many of the really great ones, they are a bit lazy sometimes. And what I mean with that is that they play the same solos always.
Yeah.
And they are so good. They have such great tone and technique and things. They should be able to give the audience something extra each time. But they do the same thing. And I think that's just bad. All my solos, all my things are always improvised. I never do a written one. So if you would listen to a Pressure song, it wouldn't be the same as on an album. Because one of my early teachers, he said that you play you and you play what you feel now. So if what the solo meant for me when I recorded this, it won't mean 2 weeks later on stage.
Right.
So you have to mean each tone. You have to mean everything what you do, you have to think about that. You cannot think about, well, I need to buy a couple of beers after this show. No, you should be there. You should be, the fun thing, I don't know if you saw that clip, but now the name fell out of me. The lead guitarist in Scorpions.
Matthias Jabs.
Yeah. Perfect. He is one of those guys who often plays the same solos. And for one of their monster hits, the ballad "Send Me an Angel," and he was out there and played on some arena in like England or so for 20,000 people, and he missed a note. He actually missed a note. He played this solo for like how many times? But it was really bad as well. It made the song go like to some Orient thing. But the thing is, he never showed anything in his face, stone cold face, and replaced that error with that note in the whole solo. He got the question afterwards. Oh, that was a difference. He said, "Oh well, I must change something sometimes." And the fun thing was that a year later, he got the question again. He said, "Well, I missed it, and it was so hard to keep the face, but I couldn't admit that then." No. So, I mean, it was so funny to see.
I mean, I've speaking of the Scorpions, I mean, and speaking of tone, I always loved their rhythm tones. Like when you think of songs like Blackout and the stuff on that album that Send Me the Angel, on Crazy World, Tease Me, Please Me, Don't Believe Her.
Tease Me, Please Me.
Right? I love the guitar sound on those songs.
Yeah. I really do. I know what you mean. It sounds so live. It's
in your face, right? Crisp.
Yeah.
And it's like it makes you want to listen. When that opening of Tease Me, Please Me comes on, it just makes you, it catches your ear, and you're like, oh, what is this? And you immediately want to hear the rest of the song because you're like, it's just a great. I guess it kind of shows where guitar can introduce a song and really make it stand out.
Yeah, and you really you always, when you come to this song or anyone with this kind of sound, you always reach for the volume.
That's right, exactly. Especially if you're in the car and you're like, oh, yeah, right.
This one, I need this.
Exactly.
It's so awesome, yeah.
Now I want to ask you about a couple of the songs, and I watched the video for Behind Closed Doors. I love the darkness of the music, but the portrayal of the title seems to resonate within the video. At first, I wasn't exactly sure what the premise was, but as you get to the end, it makes a little bit more sense how it bleeds into the lyric. The women portrayed are looking abused in some form or another. Possibly you can elaborate a little bit more on that whole concept of that video.
Yes, Behind Closed Doors is a very, it has a very important message because it's actually the meaning behind the song is a lot of trying to portray the problem with mental abuse, because when you have these people who looks very normal. No one knows there is anything going on, but you don't know what happens behind closed doors. And if there is no scar, if there is no black eye, if there is no broken bones, but there is just a broken soul, there is a very hard, because the story behind this one is actually quite saddening because it didn't end that well. We was one girl who was really active, nice person, social. Met this guy. They seemed perfect, and she stopped working because they moved into a bigger house. And well, I don't need to work. I'll need to fix things here. And she distanced herself more and more, but she. In the end, we found out that this guy was already, he has worn her down totally. He has made her distance from her life, from her friends, from her interest, from everything. And this ended with her actually taking her life.
Oh, wow.
And you never know the full and mental abuse and mental things. It's so hard to see because the abuser, they often have such good stories, and they seem like a very nice guy, and sometimes they take you home and you see that person and they are a bit shy or behind, but the thing is that it's so like they have practiced this, so you cannot know until it's too late. Wow. So it's very important to watch for the small signs,
right?
To perhaps if you suspect this, you perhaps should go there unexpected or try to come under the skin on something like that. With this song, we wanted to bring awareness to this problem because the normal abuse is really, really horrible. But in one way, it's easier to see that it's happening. And when you know that something is happening, or can see that something is happening, or there is physical evidence of it, well, then it's easier for the surroundings to act.
Right.
But but in this way, it's very hard to act because it can be normal. You don't know. So that's the deep story behind closed doors.
I love it. It's a great video. Very well done. Especially, I mean, and then it catches that ending part really catches your attention because you're trying to figure out, that's the great thing about video is if a video is done right, it makes you think, and if the concept's there that actually involves the song, like there's in the 80s, they did concert videos, that had nothing to do with the song. It was just, okay, here's the band live and here's what you get. Doing a live action thing, right? Yeah. And it doesn't really associate with the song. And I get why they did it, but I like it a lot more when a video actually tells a story of what the song is. Yeah,
we try to do this as video is it's such a strong storytelling medium.
Yeah,
we try to scale down the playing live parts stuff that we can fill out and make more of stories into the songs. We have experimented with different kind of things. We have used stock videos. We have used actors in some places, but the best way is actually to try to do this to ourselves because it takes such many takes to get the right thing. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, exactly. Now the lyric video for "Change Me," yes, it is a lyric video, but there is imagery in the video, and I assume does that imagery coincide with how the lyric is portrayed?
Yeah, it is. The "Change Me" it's a song about how we want to fit into something. When this is something that everyone recognizes, that you come to a new place and you want to fit in. How should I change so they like me? Or you meet this new person. Perhaps I have to change, or I have to say, or I have to wear something so he or she notices me. You come to a new job and what's the social code here? Well, everyone wears suits. Well, I do wear suits. But the thing is that every time you sacrifice something of yourself, you also take away a bit of your own personality. And with the right person, with the right jobs, with the right surroundings, you don't have to change.
Right.
This is the main story of Change Me, because it's a conversation between two persons who actually likes each other, but they both think that they need to change.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and that's why we have these black and white different shapes, because you should think about, okay, should we go with black or white? Should we go with black or white? Oh, this is now coming here, and so that's the thought behind the lyric video. We have the official video coming out next week, and it will be much more story based.
Cool.
But in the same way then.
Awesome. Now, a song that really caught me, and initially it was the title, Barbed Wire Love. Now, and I'm looking at it, and I'm thinking about it a little more as I'm just looking at that title. So, barbed wire is something that scares you because you don't want to get hurt. Barbed wire, if you climb over a fence and it cuts you, and then you factor in love. But then maybe I answered my own question, because it makes a lot of sense. But maybe your definition of it is probably, you wrote the song, so it's probably a little bit different than how I perceive it.
I love that you have that. It's a good interpretation. I like that. The thing is that Barbed Wire Love was released as part of a story together with the other song that's called Just Undress.
Which is next
Just
up.
Undress.
Which is a question I had next. So perfect.
Barbed Wire Love and Just Undress are about this couple. They look perfect. They have everything. But when they come home, they have no passion left for each other, because they have got stuck in a rut.
Right.
So they look for passion in the same way, but the other does not know. There is this girl next door, as portrayed by one of our models in the videos. The Barbed Wire Love, his side of the story, it's actually that, okay, he sees his girlfriend as, well, she's just boring. She doesn't dress up. She doesn't move sexy anymore. She doesn't excite anymore. When I met her, she was like exciting, and I want to do things, and I want to feel young again. Perhaps he has a little bit of a middle-age crisis.
Yeah.
Oh, and he looks as this exciting girl across there, and think that, oh, but I need a barbed wire love. He wants the love to hurt. He wants the love to make him feel things.
Right.
So he really wants this, and that's how barbed wire love. It hurts so good. It hurts so bad as it's good. So he wanted that much. And the other way is Just Undress. It's like the female side of the story. She sees her husband who comes home, open a can of beer, start kick back and watch the sports. And he is just into work and sports and never notices her. So she's really at home. So when he goes to bed at night, she actually sneaks off into her own room and watches the same girl undress in the neighbor's window. So the fun thing here is that,
oh my goodness,
this couple, they actually are eyeing the same girl for the same reason, but they don't know that. So that's the main combined story of Just Undress and Barbed Wire Love.
There was much more to it than I assumed, so that's great. And I'm glad I asked.
Yeah, it's always with us. We put so much time to the stories that we. So yeah, and I can answer a follow-up question. Yes, I know this couple.
Oh,
they actually exist. I cannot tell you, but because the fun thing is that they actually are looking at the same girl.
Wow.
They don't know this. Both have told me in confidence. I cannot tell more about this, but they actually
No, of course
exist.
not. Wow. This is real. That's amazing.
Yeah,
no,
is it?
that is
They do. So, yep, they do. And not to scare any neighbor girl, but well, if you undress by a window, you could be
wow.
in the looks. Yep.
Well, I mean, the premise of just undress, because I thought maybe it was metaphoric, but it's totally not metaphoric because it is this girl undressing. Yes. So that puts even a different light on it, which is great. And I think that's the great part about me as an interviewer is to ask these questions, because I love music so much, and I love song, and I love lyrics, and how you as an artist will interpret that, and how that comes across, where I may listen to it and interpret it totally different.
Yes, and that's what we want. I mean, it's quite boring if everyone can sing a song about pure sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's go away on my motorcycle. Yeah, that's a really interesting lyric. But the fun thing here is that if you actually have the backstory in your head while playing something, then you know what to portray. You know it will give you the right emotions.
Yeah.
And another early guitar teacher, he actually taught me to keep an emotional bank. And he said, Simon, well, when you feel something, stop for 2 seconds, remember where you were and what you were doing, and you can use that when you play. So if you stump your toe really bad at the dresser, and you're jumping around there, you stop for 1 second and think, okay, this is pain. So next, when you need pain in your solo, go back to the stump toe. You are back there jumping around, and you can portray that because you have the feeling.
That's the
same thing with love, tiredness, whatever you want. Stump and use your emotional bank. Remember where you were and what you were doing and when. And if that memory is fading, you need a new one to replace that feeling. So, well, next time I stump my toe, I need a new pain. Well, okay, I do this.
That's amazing. That's so true. And that teacher was very knowledgeable. I mean, I'm sure you pass that on to your guitar students then? Do you pass on that theory to them?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Some of my guitar students hate me because one of the most fun thing is when a guitar student comes to you and wants to play the electric guitar, and you start up and you say, okay, what do you want to play? Oh, I want to play the guitar solo for Enter Sandman. Okay, yeah, we can do that. And then it's already seems that they know almost the whole solo, but they want the final thing. And I said, okay, well, we are not going to do Metallica at all. Now we are going to look at Pink Floyd. What? Pink Floyd? I never listened to Pink Floyd. No. But this will be a challenge for you, because if you are only listening to thrash metal bands, then imagine what you could do if you get a bit of Pink Floyd into your soloing. Okay. And so I challenge my students to go out their normal boxes. Because
outside of the box, yeah.
Yeah, because you can always, the music that you listen to the most, you can always copy those guitarists yourself. But it's the challenges, the new inspirational things that you actually need to take your playing to the next level.
You know what? It's funny that you mentioned that. I'm thinking about Metallica to Pink Floyd. I mean, David Gilmour's got some of the greatest solos ever. Yeah. Emotionally, just so good. I think I like his guitar. I think I like his guitar playing more than some of the music, to be honest with you. when it comes to a solo on certain songs and Gilmour comes on and you're like, this just takes it next to the next plateau, right? But that solo for Enter Sandman, I could almost see how, because Kirk Hammett as a player changed on the Black Album. He had to play to a different, Metallica was different at that point. And I think he had to think out his solos a little more. And when I think of that solo and some of those solos on that album, it's almost a little bit closer to Gilmour than anything he had ever done before.
Yeah, it is. And that's why I often take that step, because I don't know if he does that, but I think he was actually listening to Gilmour a bit, because you can hear some.
You can hear some of it, yeah. And I could see why you would tell your students, like, let's go back to Pink Floyd, because, and this goes back to influences too. It's like, okay, this was influenced by this, and this was influenced by that. So it's all this revolving circle of guitar playing, right?
I mean, one of the most fun things that I often really love to say, it's like the most exciting things is when people are kind of inventing a new way of playing or a new way to implement that sound. Take, for example, Brian May of Queen.
Oh. Yeah,
I mean, that sound he built himself when he built his effects, his things around electronically. And the fun thing is that, okay, what was this? I'm so inspired by that you never copy. You always take a new approach and you stick with it. I love that. It's and his, that is Brian May to me is actually as close to a god you can come.
Oh, no kidding. Really, I mean, it's he that sound, and it as soon as you hear it, but no one else ever duplicates it. No one else has duplicated it. Like, no one sounds like Brian May.
They cannot.
No.
And the fun thing here, if to take an example, and I know that sound and music and everything is very personal to my life, but for me, one guitarist that get a lot of credits, but I think it's quite boring anyway. It's actually Steve Lukather of Toto.
Right. Yeah. I'm not going to disagree with you. No, not at all.
And for first thing is that Toto is they sound great, but but they are not a good live act. They're just standing there, and that kind of music, and they are just okay. Well, I could just listen to the album instead. And the thing is that Lukather has a perfect sound. It's excellent in execution, but it's so predictable. It's okay. He's going fast now. It will climb. It will bend there. It will do this. Oh, you have heard the song before? No, never.
Wow.
So that's a bit of a thing. He's a master of tones. He's a master of things. But as for his own way, it's just copy. It's just carbon and paper.
It's funny that you say that, because was Eddie Van Halen not a big fan of his? And Eddie Van Halen was not predictable.
No, exactly. I don't know. Yeah,
I think he was, or maybe he was friends with him, or I can't remember. But
no, I don't remember either. I know that they was a bit. They were close in some way, a bit, but Van Halen it's a totally different story. I love that guy.
Yeah.
It passed too early.
It still hurts 2 years later. I mean, what was it last week?
It is.
It's so hard to believe that Eddie Van Halen is not on this earth.
Yeah, and it is, and it's so. I got the privilege to see Van Halen live.
Yeah.
Such a great live band.
Yeah.
Such a show. I love it. And it's so fun to see those guys who actually can put on a real rock show, a real thing.
Yeah.
Because we have this big festival here in Sweden called Sweden Rock.
Yep.
And usually a lot of big acts come touring here. And I went there one year to see Whitesnake. I love the vocals of Dirty Dave.
Covered it.
I mean, it's fantastic. But the thing is, this was one of his down periods. He didn't held up at all.
Yeah.
He actually didn't come out for the encore. So I think it was the bass player or something who sang "Here I Go Again."
Wow.
And it actually sounded better. So I was very, very disappointed after that one. And the next day I went, okay, I'll have to go see something. What's up on the bill? And I saw the old 80 rockers, Twisted Sisters.
Nice. That's awesome.
And I went there and I didn't expect anything. And Dee Snider was owning the stage.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
It was so fun. It went up there, but why are you here watching old geezers as us? Shouldn't you go home? Okay, we'll do this. I cannot promise anything. I have to sit down. Give me something to drink. All right, come on. And he got 14,000 people standing around, arm in arm, and jumping around and singing along to "We're Not Gonna Take It." It was such. They could really put on a show.
Yeah.
Okay, it wasn't the greatest execution, but no one cared. It was such energy. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I am so happy to have seen them doing this because they saved the whole festival.
That's amazing. I think I have a CD of the band Heat at the Swedish Rock Festival.
Heat is great.
Heat is amazing. Yeah, I love that band. And
you know that the old lead singer from Heat, Eric Grenvall, is
in Skid Row.
now he's headlining Skid Row, and I was thinking like, he could never do that replacement, but he actually did. Skid Row is sounding amazing.
Well, it's funny because I got the vinyl yesterday, and just before our interview, I put the first listen on. Well, I listened to it streaming on Amazon Music yesterday, but I finally got around to the vinyl, and the album is fantastic.
It is. I have the album. It's listening to it. I have not bought it yet, but I will. The thing is that it's fantastic. It's so nice. The music is back to old Skid Row, and Eric brings a new dimension to it, and it makes it feel alive again. Yes, Skid Row.
I know, and because I love Eric so much in Heat. And it wasn't until he got the Skid Row gig that I started listening to Heat. And ever since, so that goes back earlier this year. So I listen to Heat a lot because I love his vocals, and they do change. The albums are different, but having him in Skid Row it's resurrected the band again, which is great. Yeah,
I love that. I love it really much. It's actually one of the most surprises. I was before I listened to the first track where Rumble was
The Gang's All Here.
Yeah, exactly. And I was thinking like, oh no, what will happen now? This cannot work. No. And then it was like, okay, I changed my mind. This works really well.
Yeah, it took me a couple listens on that song. I wasn't sure about it at first, and then what was the third single? Time Bomb. I think that Time Bomb.
It was.
And I wasn't sure about that one, and then a couple listens after that, and I'm like, okay, this is really good. So, and Tear It Down. I really like Tear It Down.
He changed the style a lot, but it actually fits.
Yeah, so, and there's some of it you can hear like Slave to the Grind, and you can hear the debut album, and then there's a couple other songs that are kind of a surprise because they've even pushed the envelope a bit further, and not pushed the envelope going back to Subhuman Race, because I wasn't a huge fan of that album. But all 10 songs are good, and I'm I will probably play it a lot.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I love it. It's so nice to see a good band get resurrected.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of the old bands who tries to do the circuit again and not sounding that.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. You're right. And I mean that goes, and there's only a few bands that have had replacement singers that I've really like lately that I've really loved. Skid Row is one of them, and Warrant with Robert Mason, which I really like him as well.
Yeah.
And but then you hear other bands and you're like, oh, it just doesn't work.
No. But one of the really fun things that I didn't expect to work at all, but it did in one way actually. It was when Axl Rose started to front
AC/DC.
AC/DC.
That was great.
He actually could do that.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, it was amazing. It was amazing.
It was like I was so sure that he would fail totally because of all the bad history with Guns.
Yeah.
And then he just come there and smashed it. Even when he had broken his leg and he has to
That's right.
do the song sitting. So he was just sitting there and rocking the
I mean,
I loved it.
I guess for him, it's one of those things that he wants to do an amazing job because it's such a legacy, right?
Yeah, but the fun thing, Mr. Rose is sure of a genius in much way, but one thing he should have done is not to release Chinese Democracy.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah,
it
tarnished
he
them.
had built. He built so much hype around it. It was now. I need to do a little bit more because it should be total perfect. I need to do a little bit. I don't know how many years he held that up.
It was a lot of years.
But But he should just say that. No, it's not ready yet. Because the thing is, Chinese Democracy is not a bad album, but it's a bad album if you compare to the hype.
Oh, yeah, no kidding, right? Yeah, exactly. I mean, there are some. I mean, I really liked the song Better. I thought that was a brilliant song. Yeah. And there was a couple other ones that I liked, but I probably haven't listened to it since it came out.
No, I gave it like 1 or 2 spins. And,
I was the same.
And I have, and because it's if it had been released as just another Guns album, it would have been good. It would have been played as much as any one of the others.
Yeah, exactly.
But not, this should be the greatest rock album ever released. Production quality over the top, and we should do this and this. And then, was this it?
Exactly. That's a great way to put it, because it was like, it was a letdown. I mean, it's just him. So, I mean, there was a magic of the guys that were in Guns N' Roses when you factor in Slash and Duff and Izzy and on that very first Guns N' Roses album. I mean, Use Your Illusions are great, but Appetite for Destruction will always be the pinnacle Guns N' Roses album. It's the only time those 5 guys did an album together.
Yeah, but Appetite for Destruction,
except for GNR Lies, of course.
Yeah. No, of course, but that cannot be compared to Appetite.
No.
The Appetite it's full of why they became legends.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, 12 amazing songs that just flow from. I mean, it's just a fantastic album. Yeah. I know that, and I always the thing is that Axl he is an excellent songwriter, but he has such bad attitude, so people have a hard time working with it. I mean, many of the great have this problem in this world. I mean, take Malmsteen, for example. Malmsteen, yes, exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's another. We could go on for another hour about him. So.
Yeah, at least. And I mean, I really think it's. I mean, all of these guys, back in the hair metal stuff like Motley Crue and such like that. They wanted to be dangerous. They wanted to have an attitude. They wanted to have this, and it was a lot of drugs. It was a lot of things, and they all crashed. Yes. Sooner or later, they all crashed. One of the thing is that some of the greats who survived these kind of things together. I mean, take Aerosmith for an example. I mean, there's not much of a substances or booze that these guys doesn't have tried.
No kidding, right?
But I mean, Perry and Tyler together. That's magic. That's magic. I mean, Mr. Perry is an amazing guitarist, and he is very rhythmic in his playing. I love that.
Yeah.
So I always hear when he plays, and he has a certain ring to it, and I love that sound. And Steven, he is a singer that you actually can understand that he has been through a lot, and he portrayed that into his voice. And the fun thing is that when the other singers, I mean, don't get me started how bad Vince sound now. But Steven Tyler, his voice still sounds really
he does. He still can hit those notes, and he's still out there killing it. 70 years over 70 years old. I mean, you can't. Yeah. And Sammy Hagar, the same thing.
Yeah, Hagar, yes.
Right?
Yes. He is fantastic.
Yeah, he's still amazing. I mean, David Lee Roth, not so much, but I mean, no. But Dave's a showman. Sammy's a singer.
Yeah, he's really a showman. And then, I mean, then you have the guys who refuses to give up, like Ozzy.
Like Ozzy, that's right. Yeah, exactly.
It was postponed. It was going to play here in Sweden for I think it's 4 years in a row now. He has postponed it to next year.
Really? Wow. Well, COVID was in there too, right?
Yeah. But I don't think he will come here. So no, it was going to have Judas as his support act.
Really?
So yeah, Judas Priest and Ozzy.
That would have been amazing.
Well, yeah, I have the tickets, but they are postponing them always.
Wow. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, hopefully, maybe it'll happen. Fingers crossed, right?
We hope that.
Let's hope that.
Hope so. That. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Simon, I really want to thank you for joining me today. It was truly a pleasure. Before I let you go, is there anything that hasn't been said or that you'd like to promote in terms of Pressure?
Well, there's two things that I want to say. The most important things, even if you like our music or anyone else, remember to support your local bands. Go to concerts, buy merch, give your local bands a share on your social medias, because that means a lot to all the local bands out there. The fans, the listeners, the things that we do, it's a hard work, but giving back some love, that takes us very far. We musicians, especially myself, I love to go to other people's shows. I support everyone that I can see. And I hope that you remember that now, after the pandemic, and through this horrible world that we live in with war and everything going on, we need the music. We need the metal and rock scene alive. So go support your locals. That's my message. And for Pressure, we are releasing a single, an Halloween single, in a couple of weeks. It's called Sacramental Anger.
Oh, I like that. That's a great title. Sacramental Anger. Wow.
Sacramental Anger. It's I really, yeah, it's a scary thing. I get to play a dark monk doing fire magic in the video.
A monk? Wow.
Yep.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. I'll be watching for that.
Yep. I was in an old medieval church ruin doing fire magic during the video.
That's fantastic. Well, that's awesome. Well, I look forward to that. And hopefully we'll get to talk again at some point. It was truly a pleasure. We had a great conversation, talking guitars and talking music, which is, it's rock talk. So, and it's nonstop.
It's a rock talk.
It's a rock talk. So that's what we did. So enjoy.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And
same to you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Take care.
Take care.
She flees to save herself the last time she